Are they YouTubers? And that's a terrible way to start a Let's Play. No, we'll carry on as we mean to go on. Welcome to a Rome Total War Let's Play, because I hear that Rome Total War 2, or Rome 2 Total War is coming out soon. I don't know any of the details, or what it'll be like, or who's going to be in it, presumably the Romans. But I do know it exists as a concept, as a thing even, and it'll be released soon. So, on that sort of slim basis of knowledge that I've got, I thought, let's make a Let's Play, because that's what I do. So, yeah, you can call me Imperator Peck, or Your Excellency, and we'll... or you can just not call me anything at all, I suppose. And I thought, let's do an Imperial campaign, like good old-fashioned Imperial campaign, conquer 50 provinces and sort out the Senate, because they're full of old men. And the rest of it. So here's what we're going for. I don't know why that's set to medium difficulty. I swear I don't usually play on medium. Anybody who's played Rome Total War more than once will know that if you're going to play as a Roman faction, which I am, the only respectable difficulty to play is very hard difficulty on both of them, because the AI is not very good. Having said that, I did a test game where I went to the Scipii and attacked Syracuse, and I lost about half my army and a family member. So, you know, I'm not going to tempt Murphy's Law in this one. Arcade-style battles are off, because what's the point? I'm going to manage all settlements, because moving governors around is a pain. I mean, I wish you could have that kind of system where you could move generals from city to city, just like instantly, rather than having to take them out of the city and then travel them along. But the travel times are just so long that you can't actually... It's just impractical, especially if you want your cities to develop properly. Follow AI characters, no, because I don't have time for that. And we won't battle time limits, because there's, you know, I haven't got time for that. Anyway, here's a rundown of the factions. As the three Roman factions, I think the Brutii are the easiest, followed by the Scipii, followed by the Julii. Now the Julii are interesting ones. They seem easy enough, and you will start off with a bonus to your popularity with the plebs, because of course they're the pleb lovers in history. Sort of Gaius Marius and Julius Caesar were the same, if not same immediate family, were sort of the same area. They're sort of, he would have been in Julius Caesar's ancestor room. You have to conquer the Gauls, essentially. The trouble with that is that the Gauls are barbarians in the time period we're talking about. So you can conquer a lot of poor provinces. It takes a lot of development. You don't get a lot of wealth out of them. I think you have financial troubles as the Julii. Also, your temples aren't very good. You don't get any bonuses to your troops in terms of experience or in terms of armour upgrades, which you do with the Brutii and the Scipii, respectively. Now the Brutii are the easiest, because although you have a poor starting condition, starting location in southern Italy, which to this day is the poorer part of Italy, you get easy access to Greece, and that's why you're tasked. You get Senate missions conquering Greece, and Greece is very wealthy, and you're financially sorted for the rest of the game within the first like 20 turns or so. You get to build the Temple of Mars in the cities, which increases your experience points of your troops, making them tougher and hardier. And Scipii, which is what I'm going to be going for. Your starting location's not terribly good. For a start, you've got two landmasses that aren't... You've got two territories that aren't actually on the same landmass. But you do get some interesting temples. You get Temple of Vulcan, which increases your armour, and also allows you to live long and prosper. Boom boom. Oh dear. I think of my own jokes. And you also get to build the Temple of Neptune, which increases your ship experience points. We've got a quick rundown of other factions. Egyptians, they're very good. Good chariots, good spearmen, and also very wealthy. Starting location. Seleucids, terrible, because most of their historic empire is cut off on this map. You don't get much of Persia, and of course most of the Seleucid Empire, or Seleucid Empire, was in Persia. The Seleucids. Anyway, it's one of the splinter states of Alexander's empire, as is Egypt under the Ptolemies, Ptolemaic Empire, Seleucid Empire, and also the Macedonian faction, which isn't playable, which is the Antigonid Empire, but it's not called that, it's called Macedonia. But that's the other faction, the splintered kingdom of Alexander's empire. But you can't play as them. I don't know why. Perhaps, I don't know, you're just not allowed. It's not the done thing. Carthage. Now, there should be a little thing coming down to the bottom corner of the screen right about now, telling you about Carthage, because last thing I played was the Carthaginians, and they always had a raw deal in this game, because they always get conquered by the Romans early on, as the AI can't work them very well. They have a difficult start position. 5 provinces, that's 6, including Palma. Provinces spread out all over the place. You've got the Spanish that will attack you in Spain. You've got the Numidians that are ready to pounce on you in Carthage. The Scipii will always attack you in that part of Sicily, and the Julii will take Sardinia off of you. So right away, off the bat, you've got 4 potential enemies, 5, and it's a constant slog. It's a constant slog, but it can be done, as shown in that little thing in the corner where I show you an empire where I managed to capture Rome. And I'm 14 provinces away from winning the game, essentially. Parthia, known primarily for the Battle of Carrhae, where I managed to defeat Crassus with a load of horse archers. They're very horse archer centric, but they're also in the problem because the map cuts off their empire in 2, because it doesn't include all of the Caspian Sea. So they suffer from a similar kind of problem that the Seleucid Empire does. The Gauls have got a large empire, but they're kind of rubbish. You're not going to have a good time with the Gallic army. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, the Carthaginian army, rubbish. Infantry, passable, but you need to have like hordes of cavalry to get anywhere. And that's the key to the Carthaginians. But the Gauls don't even have particularly good cavalry. So you have a large empire, but they just get whittled down. They're just cannon fodder, or legion fodder. The Germans. Quite powerful, very little in the way of cavalry again, but they've got good infantry and berserkers who are fantastic. Yeah, berserker, they go berserk. You lose control of them, but they turn to fantastic fighters. Britannia are very powerful in this game. We've got strong morale troops and chariots are a pain. The Egyptians also have chariots. They can slaughter horses. And then there's the Greeks. The Greeks, as opposed to the Macedonian Greeks or Seleucid Greeks or Ptolemaic Greeks, they're in trouble as well, because you lose Syracuse straight away. You're battling with Macedon first from Greece, and then you're battling with the Brutii. Pergamum, there in Asia Minor, is relatively safe as far as I can tell. They don't tend to lose that until late on. Anyway, with that all said, let's carry on with the game. Because you came here to watch me play a game and not to listen to me rabbit on about factions. I might put a skip button in at some point. So, ramble alert, skip here.